Okay, so now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. Now we get to the bottom line of all these things. Let's go to a scripture, and I don't think I wrote the scripture down. Took a break and still didn't get it right. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 31:27. Deuteronomy 31:27. Deuteronomy 31:27. Now, I just read you all the 10 Commandments, right? Anyway, so I just read you all the 10 Commandments, right? Pay attention. Moses says, for I know, now, excuse me, but let me repeat that. Because, see, you're not, I know, because I feel it. The Spirit is telling me that went over your head. You heard me, but it still went over your head. Now, you all remember the 10 Commandments that I just read, right? See, I want to explain this, why I had to stop and do that, right? Because for the past 5,000 years, you Negroes, our ancestors, have not been remembering the 10 Commandments. See, that's the problem. Your characteristics have not changed. Your characteristics have not changed. Your characteristics, your iniquity, your character, your person, your persona, who you are as an individual, the way you think, the way you walk and talk, have not changed, has not changed. You have the belief, you have the zeal, and I'm not talking about all of you. Some of you are following the commandments. I'm not talking about all of you. Once again, if the shoe doesn't fit, don't try it on. Don't put it on. The slipper is too small for you ladies, don't wear it. You can't wear it if it's too small, right? So if it doesn't pertain to you, there's no need to be emotional. Nothing has ever offended a person that wasn't true about them, which is the reason why I'm able to come back time and time and time again in an unstoppable manner to give you all the word of Christ. Because many of you think that in my silence that I'm going through pain. You have me twisted. I swear. So what am I to do? You think that because I post something and I don't get any likes, only my wife gives me a like, you think that that's because I'm hurting or because of... What about my sons? What about my mother? What about my aunt? What about my life? What about my car? What about my backyard? What about this thing that I have to handle down City Hall? What about that? What about this? What about all of these things? What about the several things that I got to deal with down Center City? What about these things? What about food shopping? What about taking my family? What about, taking my wife out? What about this? What about that? What about sorting out some things that I might need to sort out? What about taking some notes and setting up some plans for this and for that? What about these things? What about living a life? Social media, many of you are disgraceful. I just know when to be quiet and when to speak. I don't have to come on social media to prove that I'm not on my back. Social media, in many cases, depending, is for people who need support from people. If my post stands at 0 likes, then so be it. I don't even like my own posts. Have any of you noticed that? Have any of you noticed that? My slanders has my wife believing that I'm running around mating with all of these women and all of that stuff. So I have to now show her my support and let her know. And then you got people that my wife has been with me. Let me say something to y'all. Me and my wife are going on 15 years now. And she has put almost not she's put quite a few coins on the table. She's put quite a few coins on the table. We can go out to dinner and we can go Dutch. Now, I normally like to pay. That's just how I am. I personally don't believe in going Dutch. I like to pay. That's just how I do. That's how I carry it. How King Ernest said, I carry it with honor. That's how I do. I like to carry it with honor. So I pay. And I do a lot of other things with honor too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can, and I told myself that I'm not going to keep going through this again. And I have to keep my word. My slanderers don't know. Yeah, my phone is tapped, but these things, now I'm not saying I'm perfect, but a lot of these things that y'all listening to, y'all know they lies. Y'all know they're lies. Okay? So, now, y'all remember the 10 Commandments that I read, right? Mosquitoes. Y'all remember the 10 Commandments, right? Because you all say that you do. I know a lot of you in religion right now and non-believers and despisers of the truth. Y'all may be a little confused right now, and that's okay, because I'm speaking to the circumcision in reference to this. The wicked circumcision. Not all of you are wicked in the circumcision. You know that, right? So I'm not talking to all y'all. So don't start because, man, see, y'all want me to break so bad. Y'all want the unbreakable to break. You want me to feel the same way that you would feel if you had all of these enemies. Christ chose me for a reason. And I can't sit up here and I can't be confident for nothing, can I? You all despise it. And you all think that when I'm not speaking, that they don't love me. Listen, get a life and strengthen your own self up. And you all stop being emotional, so that you can stop assuming these things. Because I'll keep coming back with the word now. My slanderers have done me a great feat. So if I'm posting posters on the gram and they're not getting likes, it's not what I'm trying to get anyway. But I know how to maneuver. So if I see maybe a meme or two, because I only really post now when I really have something to say. When I really have something to say that I want to say that just has to be said. Just like that time when I actually came on the gram and I spoke and showed my face, because about that BET thing, remember? Because that was eating at me badly. And as bad as I didn't want to go on the gram, I wanted attention on that BET subject, because many of you need to understand that spiritual things must be spiritually discerned out here. The elite spend billions and billions and billions of dollars a year to influence us black people, which is the reason why a lot of our black women is gone now. And they always, let's chase the bag, let's chase the money. There's nothing wrong with making a living. Make money. But let me go get that bag. Let me go get that money. Where you have no family morals. You don't even want to be a wife. I don't need no nigga. In the kingdom, Christ will make 7 of you heifers the wife of one king, of one Israelite king. Let me repeat that. When kingdom come, Christ will make 7 of you heifers the wives of one Israelite king. And guess what? Try to say no. Try to exert your authority in the kingdom. Try it. You're going to get the shit beat out you. Now, oh, did you hear what he said? Now, I don't hit women. But I'm saying there will be penalties in the kingdom. When 7 of you women will take hold of one man and say, hey, look, we're going to take care of our own things. Just call us by your name. Let us have your last name. Why? Because you are going to be destroyed if you're not a wife. If you don't humble yourself, because these will be many of you women who are worldly, all of you that, I wear the pants in my house, or I do this, and he ain't gonna tell me nothing, blah, whoa. All of that stuff, try it in the kingdom. And many of you think that this is like 1,000 million years from now, right? Because you don't really believe in God. Now, you remember the commandments that I just read you, right? Can any of you remember which commandment you fall short at? Good, because if you could remember, now I'm going to read my next scripture. Deuteronomy 31:27, and it says, this is Moses talking. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff-necked. Behold, where I am while I am yet alive with you, this day, ye have been rebellious against Yahuwah. And how much more after my death? Moses said, this was 5,500 years ago. Let me repeat that. 5,500 years ago, Moses said, for I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. He knows the rebellion of you Negroes and your hard-headedness. Behold, while I am yet alive with you, this was 5,500 years ago. This day, he said, ye have been rebellious against Yahuwah. You have been rebellious against the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And how much more after Moses' death will you Negroes still be rebellious? Now, there are 3 categories. Believers, and there are levels to being a believer, because many people see, I told you the difference between a believer and a trustee. You all don't want to believe that. Now, all you need to be is a believer to get into the kingdom. I mean, and know high sins, right? Be a believer and anticipate the law, statutes, and commandments, right? But now, I want you to understand something, okay? A trustee is on a different level, right? You have believers, you have trustees. Believers, trustees, okay? Now, you have non-believers. We all know who the non-believers are, right? But you also have those that despise the truth. Now, them niggas is in trouble. See, because the non-believers can come around, you all can be brought, and some non-believers that could be considered in religion, and many of you, but you believe in God. You know that there's a God. You know there's a higher power. Okay? So, and to some extent, you know, even with Christians and Muslims, they both believe in a higher power. They both believe in a father. They believe in a Abba. Okay? I don't know about Buddha and all that other stuff. That stuff. Now, I'm not condoning any religion. But then you have those that simply despise the truth, whether they be in or out of any religion or whatever. They know the truth, but then they just despise it with a heart and a passion. Those of you who hate the truth, you know that the truth is true. Let me repeat that. Those of you who hate the scriptures know that the scriptures are true. And you all are in grave danger. Now, I want to cover something. Because I have people out there, believe it or not, they want to see me get the message across, right? They do. Once again, I don't need supporters. There's a slander going around that I'm feeling some type of way because I have no supporters. I do have supporters. But these supporters are afraid to step up. Now, let me speak to all of you social media personalities out there. Let me speak to all of you social media personalities out there. I don't do what you do. I don't do what you do. I don't do what you do. I don't receive a paycheck to do what I do. What I do is solely for Christ. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what you're doing, but you all keep putting me in your category. This is the misunderstanding. All of you, let me say that again. All of you social media personalities, you keep putting me in your category. I'm not in your category. I can care less about the support of men, of mortal men and women. The job that the reason why I made this message, you all need to hear me out. Stop worrying about whether or not I've fallen and that I can't get up. That's not your concern. Understand that my work is for Christ. Whether I get 5 likes, 1 like, 0 likes, 1,000 likes, it doesn't make me any difference. Because those likes are not going to make me who I am. My strength comes from the Almighty. My strength does not come from the people. If my strength came from the people, I would have been done. Some of you out there, if you didn't get any likes, you'd be finished. Your head would be so low, and you would probably go, hang yourself, and kick the chair. So for you, stop. Some of you don't know whether you think I'm in pain, you want to feel sorry for me. Then some of you think I'm in pain, you want to be happy that you think I'm in pain. You all are playing yourself. You all are making assumptions. I got a family member right now who's not feeling very well at all, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a project that I'm just about done with that I haven't even been able to get to lately. I haven't even been able to get to mowing some lawns. I gotta mow some lawn. I gotta cut some hedges. It's shit that I haven't even got to yet. And if I don't get to one area in my life, it's only because I'm at another area in my life. It doesn't have anything to do with social media. Right now, I have to use social media to relay my messages. Because this is what Christ wants me to do. Whether any of you listen or whether any of you don't listen. But guess what? You know the sad part about this? I'm going to have to say this over and 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 over again. Because you niggas don't listen. You don't listen. You're determined to seek and destroy anybody that you want to be weak like you. Anybody that stands for righteousness. Anybody that brings you the truth. You want them to have a mind frame like you have. You want them to have went through the same things that you went through. You want them to have the same weaknesses that you have. Everybody has their weaknesses, but they don't have to be the same. Deal with your problems. All of you out there, deal with your own personal inner demons. Now, I'm going to show y'all the best way to deal with your own personal issues. Stop wanting other people to have your issue. Many of you are like that. I have a few family members that's like that. Whatever you're going through in your life, don't expect anybody else to have that same problem. If they do, then fine. Go drink to it. Go jump off a cliff to it. Go skinny dip to it. Whatever makes you happy. That's one of the issues with my slanderers. Judgment will befall them in a very great manner, and those who side with him and her. Judgment is coming. And people say, well, you do something about it. Let me tell you something, man. Ain't nobody putting their hands on me or my family. Nobody's threatening my family. I'm not threatening anybody or their family. I don't have any beef here in Philadelphia. Okay? Got enemies everywhere. We all have enemies. Right? Live peaceably with men if possible. So, there are some social media personalities. They like me. Some of y'all like me. Some of y'all don't like me. But for the most part, all of you have a severe misunderstanding. A prophet, an apostle, a messenger of Yahuwah is not on the same mission as you are. Many of you are on a mission of publicity. I'm on a mission so that many people can turn over. I'm a fisher so that many people can turn to Christ and then receive deliverance and not burn in the hellfire. That's not what you all are out for. So, for the supporters, this message is for the supporters. 1 Kings 18:21. 1 Kings 18 and 21. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If Yahuwah be Elohim, if Yahuwah be power, follow him. But if Baal, Satan, follow him. And the people answered him not a word. So, to those who listen to me and follow my ministry, how long will you halt between two opinions? If Yahuwah be your power, then continue to listen to my ministry. But if Satan, then continue to have doubts about me. People are always going to say stuff about me. People are always going to attack me. This is the route. This is the route. This is the route. This is the path. This is the narrow path of a messenger of Yahuwah. This is the path of a messenger of Yahuwah. Now, to succeed at anything that you do, and I wish that all of you out there, especially my brothers and my sisters, I wish you all succeed at whatever it is that you're trying to do. And I mean that from the heart. Because none of you are my concern. So I truly wish that you all succeed. Now, I want you all to know something. To succeed means to accomplish or to aim. Succeed means the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. Succeed means to succeed is the accomplishing or the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. Let me give you all my aim, and let me give you all my purpose. And I don't want to have to say this over and 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 over again, because you're going to forget. You're going to forget, just like your forefathers did, and you all too till this day forget the commandments. Why? Because you walk not in the Spirit, and you lean on your own understanding, and you attempt to get into the kingdom on your own merit. So therefore, you forget the commandments. But yet you throw the gavel all across the social media, all of you. And you wicked as hell. How many of you covet my character? Instead of just working against me, many of you work, instead of just working with me, many of you work against me. You work against me in malice and turmoil. Don't you understand that there will be a judgment for that? See, vengeance is not mine. You do something about it. Vengeance is not mine. Vengeance belongs to Yah. Do you know that there is a commandment that says you shall not bear a grudge against your own brother? But you got niggas on social media being sarcastic and talking about you a gangster? Who said they was a gangster? If I was a real gangster, I wouldn't be alive right now. But I'm alive and well, right? A father of 3, a husband of a loving wife, a great son-in-law, and a good friend to a few solid brothers that stood by me through thick and thin. So I'm not a gangster. I'm a wise man. And you all should take heed unto me, that you may be wise as well. What is my accomplishment? What do I plan on, what is my aim? What is my purpose? Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 4, and it reads, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Yahuwah, which the Master, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not only to me, but unto them, but unto all them also that love his appearing, his appearing, his appearing, his appearing. But many of you say God has no shape. Many of you say God has no image. I'm going to read that again. Because there will come a day when I'm going to say, this is my purpose and this is my aim. And there will come a day when I say, I have fought a good fight, and I have finished the course, and I have kept my faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Yahuwah, which the Master, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not only me, but to everybody else who loved his appearing, meaning those who wait in patience for the return of Yahuwah. See, there is a day of Elohim coming. It's approaching steadily, steadily, steadily. But for many of you, you don't believe in prophecy because maybe there is no prophecy in what you believe in. Judgment is coming. Now, I got one more thing to say. It's only a couple minutes, but I'm going to do it anyway.